Joining me now on the line from Kelowna, British Columbia is Terry Grant, otherwise known as the Mantracker. Terry, good morning. Glad you could be
Good
with
morning.
us. So this
Thank you.
search is now entering week 2. Are you surprised that they haven't been found yet?
Very surprised. With the resources and the technology that the RCMP have out there and the number of people on the ground, I'm very surprised that there hasn't been some, definite sighting or a capture by now.
What does that tell you, Terry?
They've either gone into the bush and gone to ground and they're hiding under a rock like a snake, or they're not there.
They're not there.
It's one of the two. If they're there, maybe they're not breathing anymore. I don't know. Maybe they ate some bad mushrooms or something. But I don't know. It's puzzling that there isn't some kind of evidence at this point that they're still there.
Well, another guest yesterday made the same suggestion that you are, that perhaps they are dead. If in fact they were, would dogs, sniffer dogs or something be able to indicate that they were at least in an area? Would they be able to find them if they were in fact dead?
If the dogs got close enough, got downwind, yes, the special type of dogs could probably find them. But in really thick terrain like that, if there's not much wind or, they're not within a half mile of them, there's probably no chance of them finding them.
If they are still alive all this time, Terry, how have they done it?
That's a very good question. They've obviously done everything right. And I don't know, maybe they've, harvested some animals to live on. But there again, there would be smoke from a fire if they're cooking it and eating it. If they just walked in there with a couple of days' food, I don't think there's enough food in the bush for them to live this long without some kind of help.
What is the basic thing that would be keeping them alive at this point, Terry? Is it fresh water?
They would have to have fresh water, some way to purify the water that they're drinking. And maybe, like I've often wondered from the start, why they went there. Why did they go there? Of all the places they had to choose, why did they go there? Did they plan this thing a month in advance, a year in advance, and have they got supplies in the bush where they can go in and hide under a rock and in a cave somewhere and live for 3 weeks? I don't know. But they've obviously, if they're still alive, they're getting pretty desperate, I'm thinking.
Getting pretty desperate. And does it make it easier if you're in a pair? I mean, you do this on your own. Does having someone with you make your chances of survival, does it increase them?
Yes, yeah, because you'll feed off each other. If one guy gets a little tired and, doesn't feel so good, the other guy's like, suck it up, come on, let's go. And, they'll feed off each other. If one guy says, I'm done, I'm out of here, I heard a helicopter, I'm going in that direction, then the other guy's got to make a choice. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
Could you do this? I mean, this is your thing. Could you be out there in the woods on your own for 2 weeks, knowing that you were being pursued by law enforcement?
Walking into the bush, with a knife and an axe and a banana for 2 weeks, I'd probably not. It would be tough.
Tough even for you. So if you were law enforcement, what would you do next?
God, I don't know. Cross your fingers. Hope they come out. I don't know. If they haven't showed up somewhere else, like the whole world knows about these guys, so there's nowhere they can go that they're not going to be seen and recognized. So if they haven't shown up somewhere at somebody's place or a store or grocery store or something, then they've got to still be there. So, if they're still alive and in there, they've planned this thing a lot longer than I think than I thought they had.
Terry Grant, he's the Mantracker. Terry, thank you so much. Glad you could be with us this morning.